Okay, this will be an interesting one. Let's see if we can make this turn up a treat. See if we can make it look good. I wonder how big we're going to make it. We're going to reduce it, and we're going to maybe, what we're going to do with this piece, I'm going to add a background colour, and it's going to be yellow. Yellow is going to be the happy colour for this. I'm hoping it'll work. Going to make it contrasty, and the copy density, going to lighten it a fair bit. I figured this one's an interesting one with yellow because of what it's about. It shows a beekeeper on the front of the page to give you a spoiler. So because it's about a beekeeper, I think, well, maybe yellow is a good colour because it's the colour of bees. Anyway, this is what we're photocopying. A North Shore Times. Okay, another Snooty magazine. So we're going to make this into a bee-themed piece with the yellow, just to go with the beekeeper, the young beekeeper. So we're going to just turn it around like this, and we're just going to make this beekeeper look more interesting. We're going to just slide it around like we normally do. So let's see if this, hopefully the white areas will turn yellow. Let's see how we go. So let's see if it's gone yellow, even though it's in positive mode. There's not much yellow in it that's come out. It's not the bright yellow I was expecting, but it's still a good looking piece. I think we can now consign this to the recycle pile and see what we can do with this nice piece. This looks good, actually. I think that's going to be the centre of the job, down here where the boy is, or the young man. Well, let's see if we're going to, I'm not sure whether we're going to keep it like that or we're going to enlarge a section, because we still want that picture, part of the picture, in the frame. So I'm wondering if maybe, we'll see what we can do. We're just going to overlap it. We might maybe enlarge it horizontally to get rid of some of the bits we don't want. So we're just going to line it up horizontal, maybe enlarge that horizontally and leave the vertical. So we're just going to go, we're going to go for the vertical. The horizontal, we're going to go 100 and going to make it 140, and the vertical is going to be just 104, so it's going to be stretched. Now we're going to get rid of some of these settings. We don't need the background colour or want it, so we're going to kill it off. Didn't work very well, as much as we were hoping it would. Maybe the contrast, we're going to leave the contrast, and maybe the copy density will stay the same. So we're just going to review our settings, and I think we got it right. So now we're just going to print them off. Hopefully this will come up a treat. I think there was a little trace of yellow in the work, but not a great deal of it, like I was hoping or thinking it would be. I don't know how. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I can't work out how. But anyway, it looks a bit too contrasty. The beekeeper looks a bit too red. His face, the yellow is showing up. You can see more of the yellow. He looks a bit like he's overheating, like maybe he's busting a sweat, but this looks like a good size. Now we're going to make that the centre of the job, I think. So I'm wondering if maybe we're going to stick with that, I think, or maybe we'll just check and see if there's anything we can do. Maybe we can lighten this. Maybe we can lighten this on the extreme, and maybe some of the contrast could be taken out, and maybe background removal? I don't think so. So we're just going to reprint it and hope the beekeeper's face isn't too red. I think we shouldn't have made it too contrasty to start with, but the contrast seems to look good in other areas, except for the face. The face just looks too red, too dark. Anyway, that looks a lot more natural. We're not going for actually natural as but it looks nicer to have the face looking natural in this case. So that looks really brilliant, and you can still see the lovely yellow from the original background colour that we put through. So maybe there is more yellow in this than I expected, but it had to be off a second generation copy to show it to its full potential. So it's a lot nicer as a second generation copy. You can't see much of the yellow on the original copy that we're using now as a master copy. So we're just going to line these corners up as best as we can, and we're just going to print off two lovely mirrored versions of this. So let's see where we're going. So we're just going to go to mirror image, switch it on, and then print off two of these. Alright, out come the mirrors to finish off this job, but it's come up a treat. It really looks good, and the beekeeper looks good in this picture. Yeah, he's only young. He's only a young guy. So let's see how this one turns out with the beekeeper, the young beekeeper. But anyway, that looks brilliant. I think now we can call this Snooty magazine demo quits.